Alright, so we just got some insane official news in regards to Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 1 returning, aka Fortnite OG. So the official Fortnite Twitter account just tweeted this out. They said, "This is not a drill." Periods after every single word. Then they said OG is coming back and is here to stay. Relive Battle Royale from the start and explore the OG map, collect OG loot, and relive OG seasons. Drop back in on December 6th. So it's 100% confirmed. Before it was just the data miners and leakers speculating when it would come out, if it would come out. It's 100% in the books now. This is happening. So remember, we had a Fortnite OG season. It was just 1 month. It was real rapid fire. It was awesome. But the seasons, like I said, were quick. It was like 1 week per season, and we only had a few seasons, not all of them. Well, that changes this time. It's everything from Season 1 all the way up until Season 10 or Season X, whatever you prefer. Now, let's talk about the date, first of all. So December 6th is when it's going to start. So that is Friday. Now, remember, Chapter 6 itself comes out on Sunday, December 1st. So we get the brand new chapter on Sunday, and then we have 5 days to play that. And then Season OG comes out as well. So that gives the entire population a chance to play Chapter 6 and see if they like it, see if it's fun, see if it's worthwhile. And if it's not, 5 days later, we get to play Season OG Season 1. Crazy. So I kind of like that, because if you started with Season OG right away in the midst of Chapter 6, I feel like most people would just jump on OG right away and they wouldn't even bother to play Chapter 6. So I like what they're doing here. Now, they also posted this image right here, and this looks like the first map ever. And it makes sense because, like it says, we're going back to the original, very, very beginning of Fortnite. OG map, OG loot, OG seasons. So this is the map that we're going to start with. There's only 13 POIs. It's very, very bland, and I feel like some of the newer players might not like that, but that's what we started with. There weren't POIs everywhere. There weren't landmarks everywhere. It was a lot of barren landscape with a lot of trees and not very many POIs. So just keep that in mind. Remember, as the seasons go on, the POIs got very, very plentiful, plus the landmarks as well. So we know what it is, we know when it's coming, but there's still a lot of questions that are unanswered. For example, there's 2 things that come to mind right away. Number 1, and most important, is this going to be identical to how Chapter 1, Season 1 was? And the answer, I think, is probably not. Now, what I mean by that is because if you played in Chapter 1, Season 1, in fact, any of the first few seasons, it was a drastically different game. The movement was much, much slower. You couldn't build all over the map. It was absolutely horrible. There were just a lot of issues. You could go back and look at some of my early gameplay from Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. It's so slow-paced because of all the lack of mobility and stuff like that. Like, you couldn't slide, movement was slower, everything was just slower about the game. Now, of course, we didn't have zero build back then either. So the fact that from the data miners and leakers there is going to be zero build tells me that they're going to bring back everything originally, but with the movement and stuff of today's game. So we'll still be able to slide, we'll still be able to do all the auto builds and things like that. That's what I'm hoping at least, because I'm telling you right now, if they revert everything to how it was day one, people would absolutely hate it. I kid you not. Just watching some of my older gameplay, it was just so slow. Not to mention when we had Season OG, it pretty much had identical movement and features like that from today's day and age. So here's hoping they at least do that. But that also begs the question, what about all the weapons and stuff? Because again, day one, chapter 1, season 1, some of the weapons were super overpowered. The Scar, for example, if you hit a headshot, it did astronomical damage. A lot of things were super overpowered in Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. But they eventually nerfed them and got them balanced. For example, in Season 10, when they first introduced the Brutes, a lot of people quit playing because they were so strong. But then by the end of the season, they were nerfed so bad that they were a shell of their former self. So what happens when we get to Season 10? Will they be the strong versions? Will they be the nerfed versions? Will they start out strong again and then be nerfed again? I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of questions unanswered about balance and things like that. And then the second major question, what about the battle passes? What's going to happen with that? There's a lot of people worried and a lot of people excited. Some people are worried because they might bring back some of these old battle passes. I don't think that'll happen, but some people are worried about it. And some people are excited because they may bring back these battle passes, because they didn't get to experience that back in the day. Will Season OG actually have its own battle pass? I don't know, because we're going to be in Chapter 6 and that's going to have its battle pass. So maybe there won't be any battle passes at all for this OG season. I don't know how this is going to work. Now, obviously, they're going to answer all these questions sooner rather than later. But for right now, all we have is the official confirmation as well as the official start date. Again, December 6th. I wouldn't be mad if they remixed every single season's battle pass, just like they did with Season OG. If they just remixed some of the skins, not all of them, but just some of them, or just brand new skins, that would be amazing as well. Can you imagine if we had 2 battle passes though, one for Chapter 6 and one for every single season of Chapter 1 OG? I would be in absolute heaven. I can only imagine the population numbers once this comes into play. Chapter 6, brand new. Season OG, gonna be brand new for a lot of people, gonna be nostalgic for the rest of the people. Remember when Season OG came out, the numbers were off the charts. December is gonna be an absolutely phenomenal time. Don't forget, we got Winterfest as well. The kids are gonna be home for Christmas break. Everyone's gonna have tons of time to play, and there's gonna be so many options. Don't forget, we got Fortnite Reload as well with the map rotations every 30 minutes. That's essentially 4 maps to play from. You can do Chapter 6 Season 1, you can do Season OG Chapter 1 Season 1, you can do Fortnite Reload, Oasis, and you can do the original Fortnite Reload map. That's 4 maps to play from, plus Winterfest, plus Christmas. Let's go. If this doesn't get you hyped, then you're playing the wrong game. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated, and don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator Code, which is tabortime.